Right, Chris, welcome to Bucky Thistle. How does it feel to join the Jags?
Yeah, delighted to be honest. I had a few other clubs, a few other offers in the Iron League, and obviously I liked what Gary Hake and Gary Farker, the chairman, had to say. So yeah, looking forward to the season. Met all the boys today. I knew a few of them previously, Spider and obviously Bob Duncan who played down at Peterhead. So it's always good to have a few welcome faces, and then also the rest of the boys are good lads. Yeah.
So you give a bit your background again. You played for Forfar in the Ramsden's Cup.
That's right. Yeah, I think we went to extra time and eventually beat you on penalties. Yeah. As I say, they were a good. Well, you were well supported that day. I always remember you making a lot of noise and that. So yeah, they obviously standard coming from here. Training with a few of the Highland League clubs over the last 6 months. It's probably much the same standard as a kind of lower end of the third division. So. That'll be good.
Last, what factors made you join the Jags? Again, you came up to Aberdeen for work.
Working up in Ellen now, and well, I trained with Cove all last season. They offered me a deal, and locals, I hadn't trained with them, but they offered me a deal, and I trained with Bucky as well. I just liked what Gary and obviously the chairman Gary Farker and Gary Hake had to say, and obviously they got big plans for the club, so hopefully I can play a part in that. Yeah.
Last year you played for Ballingy Rovers, was it?
Ballingy, they were in the juniors. So to be honest, it wasn't the best signing in terms of going down to the juniors, but a lot of my friends had went there, come out to senior, and to be honest it was a good chance to play with them as well, so that's fine, yeah.
And of course today was your first pre-season training session.
Yeah.
How did they go, and what's your early impressions?
Oh, very tough. Obviously when it comes to running, there's nothing, you don't want to be peaking at this time of the season. This is your first session back. You just obviously break yourself in, meeting the new boys and whatnot. Yeah, very tough session, but obviously looking forward to getting the balls out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you've got a chance to see some of the rest of the squad, I think Spider came you well.
Yeah, Spide's never changes. He's always plenty to say for himself and that. So yeah, he's always a good one to have in the dressing room, and he's good banter. Yeah. And
of course this will be your first time in the Highland League, which could be.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I've played a few Highland League clubs throughout the years and that, and whether it being cups or. Pre-season friendlies when I was at Peterhead, so yeah, I know what the standard's like, and I know it'll be tough. There'll be a lot of competition. It'll be a good tough season. There'll be a lot of clubs fighting at the top, so hopefully we're one of them anyway. Yeah, definitely.
Now, what is your goal basically for this season?
Go for this season. Well, you obviously every season you set out to win the league, and that you want to be as best you can be. So we'll soon find out how we'll be sort of the start of the season. We'll get an idea, but hopefully, yeah, to win a cup, to do as well as we can possibly in the league, and that'll be us. So that's unlike Spites. Yeah, we're getting in there. So that's us.
Yeah. Right, thank you.
Perfect. Good man. Catch you later.
Alright, welcome to the Jags. How does it feel?
Good. I'm happy to be here. Graeme had a lot of input in that coming up here, and the gaffer and that was chasing us for a while, so it's nice to be wanted.
Yeah. Now, get a bit about your background. You've played for Livingston and a number of other SFL clubs, and a winner's medal there.
Yeah.
And of course, the last club you played for was Dundee Violets.
Yes.
Bucky have played a few times in friendlies.
Yeah.
Right, what factors made you join the Jags?
Graeme said it was a good club. The gaffer had just showed it to us, you know, in the way he's going about the business. He's wanting to build a team that can maybe push up there and try and get up the league in that. So I kind of wanted to play in the Highland League. I've played in every other division, so. It's a challenge, it'll be good.
Yeah. Of course, today was your first pre-season training session. How did you get on? What's your early impressions?
That was very hard. That was similar as that. It was hard. Pre-season's always hard.
I think Spider was pretty complimentary.
He was very nice.
Early impressions. What do you think of the current squad? You've met a few today.
I've met a few, but we've just only been running in that, so we wait till the ball comes out, and then that's when everybody starts buzzing for it.
Yeah, I'll say it'll be the first time playing the Highland League. You've played in the SFL and the juniors. Are you looking forward to it? What did you expect to it?
I'm expecting it to be quite competitive and tough. I think every game will be quite hard. A lot of the teams have bought a lot of players that seem to be quite good, so I think every game will be a tough game.
I'll ask, you've played with a few SFL players who are now in the Highland League. Because you can't think one for Coven.
Roy McBain, I played with him at Peterhead.
Let's see. Well, I'll ask the question, what is your goal for this season?
The goal is to play as many games as possible, to score as many games as possible, and do well for the team. Simple as that.
Cheers, Aaron. All the best.
No problem, thanks very much.
Cheers. Yeah, a you signing, but there's a familiar face. Spider, welcome back to the Jags. How does it feel?
That feels good. It's like coming home, is it?
Actually, give a bit about your battle. I can ask you about the background. You've been in Inverurie. Went to Inverurie last season, and of course it didn't really work out.
No, it didn't work out. It doesn't work out for people at certain clubs. It didn't work out for me. You know, I played a few games, but you know, maybe the management didn't see me fit into their style of play, so I came back here on loan. It seemed to work out, so I was good.
And you got the loan, didn't it make it permanent in the end?
Yeah, no, it's permanent now. I've signed a 2-year deal, so that's it.
I'll ask what factors made you join it permanently?
Well, the management. I mean, I know Gary and Kevin really well, and Paul as well, because I played with Paul and Kevin. Also, Hegarty was my assistant manager when we won the league, so I know them all really well. They're good, and all the guys in the changing room. It's a good bunch of boys.
Of course, today was your first training session. Now they are coaches rather than players. How was your early impressions? How did it feel?
Well, it was hard. It was really hard. We did a lot of running, which I suppose you need to get under your belt for the start of the season. But you know, there's no getting away from it. You've got to get fitness up before you can actually start getting the balls out. So we'll see what happens in the next few days.
What do you think of the current squad? Because you came most of the players, and some of the signings you came, you've played with before as well.
I think they've all been really good signings. I know them, all three of them really well. Daniel stays with me. He's my flatmate. He's a good goalkeeper. So he'll challenge Kevin, which is good. And then Hegs and Aaron, they're very good signings in my opinion. Both played higher up. I've never really seen Aaron play, but the teams he's played for. But I played with Hegs at Peterhead, and he's quality. So I think the two of them will strengthen the outfield side a lot. I think.
Yeah.
And you'll notice a big strength in depth. So that's good.
We'll ask a simple question. What is your goals for this season?
To win the league.
Just as simple as that, isn't it?
Well, it's a goal, is it? I mean, we might not achieve it, but it's got to be to win the league. You've got, we're not going to play it come second, so we'll try and win the league. But I think there's about 6 teams maybe that are also trying to win the league, so it's not going to be easy. But it's got to be the goal. I think they're going to still try and get a couple of players in, maybe another 2 or 3, and if we can get a few other boys in, I think we've got a chance. But you're just going to have to work hard.
Of course, the first game of the season's Wick. I'm afraid you're suspended.
I'm suspended. It's
so
bad.
So it's going to be a tricky game, especially Wick haven't lost a home game for over a year.
I know, but it's going to be nervous for them as well. Start of the season, so it's all going to depend on how the pre-season games go. How you alright?
Aye.
how the last how if they sign some players, if we get injuries, but we've got a good squad. So I mean, if we go up there, we'll be looking for a win.
Of course, it's now your third time back at the Jags.
Third time. Oh, a bad penny. Can't get rid of it.
Well, cheers for that, Spider.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Daniel, welcome to the Jags. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's good. Good to be here. Again, Graeme's had an influence in it, and Gary Hake is chased me as well, so feeling good to be here.
Give a bit about your background. We played you against you in Devon Vale last season, of course, at Princess Royal. You had a good game.
Yeah, I didn't play much for locals last year. I had a couple of loan spells, and fortunately for me, I played for Devon Vale against Bucky and had a good game, so maybe that's a factor in it.
Spider played a factor in joining the Jags, I think. What are the factors?
Well, I live with him and I work with him, I get on well with him, and just the way he's talked up the club. And then once Gary's gone to Inverurie to ask permission to speak, I've spoken to Gary and I've liked what he said.
Today was your first pre-season training session. How did that go? Do you think goalkeepers need to run as much?
No, well, it was by far the hardest running session I've done on the first day of pre-season. By far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've met a few of the players. What do you think of them?
Yeah, I know a few of the boys, but it's been good midfield to welcome.
You've played quite a few clubs in the Highland League, so you've got a bit of Highland League
experience.
Yeah,
I've played for a few clubs, but really only been at Broda for 2 years and Locos for 2 years. Other than that, it was just kind of short spells on loan. Aye. When I was a young boy at Ross County, things like that.
Of course, you'll be challenging Kevin Main for the #1 shirt.
Well, hopefully,
it'll be a good competition. I would say.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, the last 2 years I've been with Andy Reid, so hopefully challenge Kevin, see how it goes.
Yeah, and I was asking, what's your goal for the season?
Well, club's got goals, I've got personal goals, and obviously Graeme's come in before he says he wants to win the league, so obviously everyone should be looking at the start of the season to win the league. But I've got personal goals as well, which I'd rather keep to myself just now.
No problem, Daniel, all the best.
Okay, perfect.